Control, this is Flight. We're tracking 3 fast-moving objects, origin unknown.
Third Phase Moon, Blake Cousins going over a photograph just into our Gmail today, just south of San Francisco, Half Moon Bay. What are we looking at? I think it's a classic TR3B in my opinion. Jim submitted this photo. He was on his way home on the back roads of San Mateo Road. He said this thing was following him. He didn't know what it was. He goes on to explain that this thing was dead silent. It was right behind him as he was driving home, and he decided to pull over. A brave man, I'd have to say. Quite brave. Take a look at this. It is definitely a TR3B, in my opinion, triangular shaped craft. He goes on to explain this thing just hovered there. He managed to take this one shot as he went into a panic. He ran back in his car right after he took this shot because of this bright light that just flashed him. He didn't know what it was. He explains that when he got home, he immediately went to the computer and took a look at his photo, and he couldn't believe what he captured. He explains to me that I need a brightness, contrast, puts some enhancement to this because what he captured he can't explain. So that's what I did. I did this, and when I first saw this morning, I was about to dismiss it. It was pretty dark. But when I proceeded to enhance the photograph, this object stood out. And it does look quite big. He goes on to explain that the thing was, in his opinion, a little over the size of a school bus. So this thing's must be about 45 to 65 feet. In its triangular shape. It's definitely metallic. We're doing some enhancements here. You get some depth of how big this craft is, this alien craft. Reverse engineered alien craft, in my opinion. I think this is one of ours. This is definitely military. Something very stealthy and very low to the ground. Let me tell you, this is low, and it's no helicopter or drone, in my opinion, either. This is something that we've only seen in a rare case. There's only a small amount of credible video and photographic evidence of a TR3B, and I got a feeling what we're seeing here is about as good gets. What's going on over Half Moon Bay? Why is it there? Why now? This was captured yesterday, the night, 2016. So we're getting it out. It's within 24 hours, and we're sharing this to you, the world, right now. And right away, I am stunned with this photograph. We have Brent here. He's been going over this photograph with a fine-tooth comb, seeing what kind of detail we can make out of this craft. Brent.
Blake, I'm glad it's a photo. We're able to pull out some good res off of this. It's good JPEG information going on. And when I first saw it, I thought it could have been a helicopter. But then we look closely and we can see that it's not. This is something extraordinary that we're looking at here. I'm thinking TR3B, exactly what everybody else I'm thinking too at the same time. The photo itself it's good quality, and it's good quality enough to pull out a lot of information, and the close-up really reveals a lot to this craft. That bright, illuminating center energy of this power source is incredible. It's bright, it's actually flashing him. This guy's he's brave pulling off a shot like that, to pull over on the side of the road, seeing something so mysterious, and to get out there and snap a picture of this quality is outstanding. Thanks, Jim.
Absolutely. Jim did a fantastic job, and I'm sure glad he reached out to us at Third Phase Moon. We're sharing his photograph on our Facebook, so the original photo will be there. Now, let's get to more mysteries. This Google Earth is very fun, and somebody said we should check this out over Peru. This is quite amazing. All right, check this out. I don't recall seeing this anywhere besides right here at Third Phase Moon when it was submitted this morning when I did my own Google research from the coordinates submitted, and right away we're looking at a massive arrowhead-shaped object on the ground. It almost looks like it was just carved out of the mountain, possibly with maybe laser technology from 250,000 years ago. Some ancient alien theorists might say yes, and possibly they're right, because what we're looking at is something very massive, and there's very little explanation for what we're looking at. What is the reasoning behind this design? Is it some kind of indicator, some kind of direction, some coordinates to beings flying from above, visiting Earth? All right, Brett, what do you make of this?
There's a lot of precision happening in this. It's cut very fine, and we can see the straight lines, and it stands out like a sore thumb. I'm surprised this has never been discovered ever. And this is the first time right here at Third Phase of Moon. This is stunning proof of ancient alien tech right here, Blake. Could this be a landing pad of a sort for old craft, ancient alien craft, and it's been long extinct? What is this?
Well, definitely, whomever built it needed some kind of aerial assistance. Let me tell you, it would pretty much be impossible to do this from the ground. You need eyes on the skies from high above, giving directions on the ground to whomever, again, built this. What was the reasoning behind this project, this massive project? There was a reason. We just need to find that out. If people out there have any suggestions of what this represents and the meaning behind it, please lay your comments below, because we love your comments right here at Third Phase of Moon. And let me tell you, it gets quite interesting in the comment section. So, onto this evidence coming in from Peru. Like I said, whatever the mystery is in Peru, it's been carved on the land, in stone, in the mountains. And it's there for us to see on Google Earth. The original coordinates will be listed below for your own entertainment, your own discovery. Visit it. Tell us what you think's going on. And we want to thank Jim for submitting his incredible photograph to us right here at Third Phase of Moon from Half Moon Bay. People out there, have you seen anything going on strange lately? Reach out to us at Third Phase. We're open 24/7 on our Facebook. Stay tuned for more updates in regards to the UFO phenomenon happening right now at Third Phase of Moon on our YouTube channel. Thanks everybody for joining us from around the world. Keep your eyes on the skies. Blake Cousins. We'll see you again next time.
Transmission completed. Object confirmed.
Control, this is Flight. We're tracking 3 fast-moving objects. Origin unknown.
Third Phase of Moon and master music artist Paul Barrett is back with his second album. 11 brand new soundtracks out of this world, heard over 100 million times. Available on iTunes right now. Paul Barrett's Third Phase of Moon, Alien Nation.
Phase of Moon.
in my opinion, triangular shaped craft. He goes on to explain this thing just hovered there. He managed to take this one shot as he went into a panic. He ran back in his car right after he took the shot because of this bright light that just flashed him. He didn't know.
Control, this is Flight. We're tracking 3 fast-moving objects, origin unknown.
Third Phase Moon, Blake Cousins going over a photograph just into our Gmail today, just south of San Francisco, Half Moon Bay, what it was. He explains that when he got home, he immediately went to the computer and took a look at his photo, and he couldn't believe what he captured. He explains to me, what are we looking at? I think it's classic TR3B, in my opinion. Jim submitted this photo. He was on his way home on the back roads of San Mateo Road. He said this thing was following him. He didn't know what it was. He goes on to explain that this thing was dead silent. It was right behind him as he was driving home, and he decided to pull over. A brave man, I'd have to say. Quite brave. Take a look at this. It is definitely a TR3B.